to please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening and welcome to the Johnson Gillespie Court inside the Weisky Gymnasium at the Wilmore Center on the Ripon College campus as we get you set for Ripon College men's basketball as the Ripon College Redhawks host the Lake Forest Foresters. Along with Martin Ernster, I'm Jason Mansworth. Thank you so very much for joining us here on this Tuesday afternoon at the Wilmore Center. And we should be set to go here in just a little bit. Let's take a look at your starting lineups first. For the Lake Forest Foresters, they will start number 3, Sean Espinoza, the 6'1" senior. Number 5, Alex Knight, the 6' freshman. Number 15, Johnny Rozier, the 6'4" junior. Number 20, Ethan Augusto, the 6'3" freshman. And number 32, Frank Sejan, the 6'4" freshman. Under the head coaching direction of Ryan Davis, those are the Foresters. Now look at your starting lineup for the Ripon College Redhawks. They'll start number 1, Ryan Steppes, the 6' junior. Number 13, Drew Jorgensen, the 6' junior. Number 22, Dominic Galati, the 5'10" sophomore. Number 42, David DeVault, the 6'9" junior. And number 50, Owen Tooney, the 6'4" junior. Under the head coaching direction of Ryan Kane in his 10th season, those are the Ripon College Redhawks. We welcome in Martin Ernster. Marty, thoughts on tonight's game before we get tipped off?
It's a big one, and the reason why it is, Lake Forest is fighting for one of the top spots. They're in the fight right now. More importantly, if you're a Redhawks fan, they really need to run the table for these last 3 remaining conference games because they're tied for first with Cornell Rams.
Absolutely. So introductions coming here from Lynn Krause as we take a look at the schedule for the Ripon College men as we wrap up the season. Monmouth coming up this Friday night, and then on Saturday at Knox, and then the Midwest Conference Tournament next week. And there's a chance that could be here.
Yeah, we'll talk about that during the contest.
So we'll find out more about that. There's a potential chance where both tournaments could be here.
Absolutely, and the women, which we'll be doing after this game, carrying that contest, you know, they're in first place by a couple games with 4 to go. It should be 3, but they got a makeup game. With Ripon, it's going to be women. It'll be a game of attrition in that they got 4 games in the next 5 days starting tonight, and with the men, they got just 3 games, and they will finish on the road. The men will. But their biggest contest of the remaining 3 regular season games remaining is going to be tonight. This game right here with the Foresters. So that's what has to go on with them.
All right. So we'll get this tipped off here in just a little bit.
Yep. So yeah, it's been 2 weeks actually since we broadcast our last one, Jason. Yeah. I think we were back on the 22nd of January. They've been road warriors ever since then. Both teams are on a 4-game win streak. I should say the women are on a 4-game win streak. Their only blemish of conference action is against Grinnell back on the 22nd of Grinnell. And with the men, they're on a 3-game win streak, starting with Beloit. But what was so impressive with Ripon College after being on a 3-game losing streak, was 2 of those last 3 wins on their current win streak were on the road against the top echelon of the conference.
Right.
At Cornell, and here we go for the tip-off. I'll let you go.
DeVault going to do the tipping for Ripon, and will do so into the hands of Galati as the Foresters start a man-to-man defense. DeVault will look around and find a handoff to Steffes. He'll push down to Tooney. Tooney comes off the break, puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded out by the Foresters. That's Sejan. Down the lane, the Foresters work up top. To the right side, Espinoza. He'll step back, put from 15, good.
Yeah, he's nasty. He's one of the top players. You know, we look at the guard from Lawrence and that sort of thing. Espinoza will give you over 20 a game, one of the tops in the league.
This time the handoff goes back to Steffes from Galati to the right side. 19-14 remaining here. DeVault will muscle up, put one up and good for 2 to tie this ball game up.
That's a good descriptive, muscled it up. Good entry pass.
Foresters coming through. Down to the left side, they'll set now back out top between the wheels and the left side kick. Down the side, shot fade away, put up and drops down good for 15.
Yeah.
Roser.
Their 2 baskets right now are both pull-up mid-range jumpers, so they're finding space.
Galati this time will put on the brakes and find DeVault. He'll stand back up, and he wanted to jam that, and he didn't.
Yeah, it was a tweener situation, you know.
Quick shot down on the other side, Espinoza. That's going to miss. Rebounded up by DeVault. Here come the Hawks on the other side.
That's a good sign. DeVault at the rim and then gets down the other end for the rebound.
Steffes this time, good control through the air, puts it back up, gets the tip himself, and good for 2 for Steffes as the Redhawks tied up 4 apiece. Early part of the first half action. Glad to have you along, Midwest Conference Television. Martin Ernster, I'm Jason Mansmith. Riley Weissnagel on the camera and producing tonight. Shot put up, no good, ripped out of there. Tooney tipped it into Galati's hand. He'll bring it across the timeline. Look for the screen from DeVault, but not there. Tooney will hand back to Steffes. Now he'll set one. Back out, Tooney. Quick inside to DeVault. Turned over. Espinoza on the run. Created some separation himself there.
Yeah, on that entry pass, that hard pass, hot rising fastball to DeVault from Tooney. I think DeVault was using his arm to ward off the defender. Got caught up in it.
Espinoza with the inbounds at the baseline. The outside edge working back around. Roser. Dribble through the legs, left side of the pipe. Now looking for some help. 10 on the shot clock approaching right now. And the spin move comes through. Good shot. And he'll call a charge.
Yep, from the freshman. And he's a good one, number 5, Knight, from Marist High School in Chicago. Yeah, he got too high into Galati. Galati's smart move, keeping his hands and arms at his side and giving ground.
Inbounds goes to Galati with 17:20 on the clock. Tied at 4 here. Midwest Conference action. Galati. Throw back to DeVault. He'll go to the right side, looking for some room. He'll bring it back down. Lose the dribble right into Tooney's hands. That was a pass, right?
Yeah.
Tooney will go back out. Find Steffes. Lake Forest 9-14 overall, 8-6 in the Midwest Conference. 5 on the shot clock. DeVault's got to get something up. Puts up the shot. Good move.
Boy, is that a great move. It's interesting. Both Knight and Galati, both Chicago boys going at it. Keep your eye on that battle.
Ripon College 14-8 on the season, 10-3 in the Midwest Conference. Right side push. They'll work it this time. Down to Sejan. Roser down to the baseline. Back it out, Espinoza. As Marty said, averaging over 20 points per ball game this season. 21 in the conference. Little float up, good.
Pretty. Boy, always under control. Kind of reminds you, he's got those Sindel moves, doesn't he, for Lawrence?
Galati will walk it across the line. Tied at 6 here. About 4 minutes gone in the first half. They'll work to the left edge. Jorgensen this time. Back over to Galati. Another shot, Galati this time. That won't go. Rebounded in from the Lake Forest player.
Yeah, so you tell me who was closest for Ripon. It was either DeVault or Tooney.
It's going to go Tooney. They're going to give it to Tooney on that one. Shot on the way. Roser good for 2.
Yeah. Northbrook.
Oh,
kid.
that was Segan. I'm sorry. This time, Delhati will hand it down to DeValk. He's got a little bit of room, puts it up. It's going to be the David DeValk show today, isn't it?
They have no answer to him. They don't have a matchup for him, so rightfully so. Feed the beast on the post.
6 points already for DeValk. Basket is up and good this time from Knight. And a quick timeout taken by head coach Ryan Kane.
Knight might be a freshman for them, the 6-foot freshman out of Marist High School down in Chicago, but he's strong. You can see that, and he's not bothered by physicality when he goes to the rim.
Lake Forest coaches trying to get a couple of words in with the officials, and not sure how much they're enjoying the criticism.
I watched all the road games, both the men and the women, which tells you maybe where my life is
Oh,
at
joy
right
to be
now.
retired.
So watching those road games for the last 10 days or so, and you want to talk about working the refs, the coach for the Cornell men's team. Let me tell you, you and I did that game here in which the men lost in a nail biter, but man, does he work the refs.
We're tied at 10 here, 15:07 remaining in the first half on your Midwest Conference television scoreboard.
Tooney should be aware of playing. I was talking to coach downstairs, playing with a little bit of a sore back issue there.
Okay.
Tooney.
Tooney with the ball. Had it picked, and we'll go the other way for Lake Forest. And up the court comes Espinoza. 14:45 remaining. Knight this time at the top. He'll look to the left side. Roser for 3. That will miss. Steffes with the pull, and the Redhawks will come the other way. Tooney thought about the 3, fakes it out, drives down, spins it, right-handed finish, no good. Rebounded Knight, had it, lost it. No, he got it. Saved it, back out to Espinoza, nice job.
Yeah, it was laying down right there in front of his team bench.
(10-10), 14-10 remaining here. A handoff goes to Steffes. Steffes over to Tooney. Tooney will work it down to Galati. Galati on the back. Drives baseline, brings it up, and picked off. Roser will come the other way with it.
Yep. It's a walk.
Now the run through Espinoza will lay it up. Nice move off the glass and good.
Very smooth, Espinoza.
12-10, Redhawks trail by 2. Galati with a move around to the right side. There's Mahone who checked in. That's good for 3.
Yeah, Tease is the other Redhawk that came in, and there's 2 more on their way on the next dead ball for the Redhawks.
Ripon with a 13-12 lead here on the scoreboard.
There's Steffes once again on Espinoza. He'll usually D up on their best offensive player.
This time, post up, shot on the way, up and good. This time, 21. Valo Pachanski.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, thankfully they phonetically spelled it out. Now, I could still get it wrong even though they spelled it out for me. But
sounded good to me.
Okay. Opachinski with the basketball, and the Foresters lead 14-13. Steffes on the drive, up and good for 2.
What's interesting, ever since Galati for the Redhawks has gotten the start mid-season, he's like 2 point guards out there, Jason, with him and Steffes.
Espinoza this time. Look down. Opachinski turn around. Left-handed, eye off the glass. That won't go. Gets his own rebound. Right-handed finish this time.
Yeah, that's a mistake on Tooney's part. No box out on that release.
16-15 Foresters. Tease will hand it back to Steffes for 3. That won't go. Rebound comes through. Mahone will come away with it. He'll save it. Find over to Galati. Galati puts on the brakes, work it against Knight. Mahone with 9 on the shot clock. Back out, Tease, 3. That'll come up short, no good. Mahone had it, lost it, and the rebound. Roser
man.
will run the other way.
Both coaches angry about the defense that's being played and allowed to be played.
Roser spin move, got it to drop.
Watch Knight when he guards Galati here with his arms when he's getting into his body.
Galati behind the back on the dribble will bring it into the forecourt. He'll pull up mid-range. That'll go.
Picked up a nice screen. I think that was teased.
17 points for the Redhawks, 18 for the Foresters on your Midwest Conference television scoreboard. Kick back out. Roser again, mid-range, good.
And boy, mid-range, it seems like most of their baskets have been, for the Foresters, have been of the mid-range variety.
Work to the edge. This time Steffes on the run, all the way to the basket, up and good for 2.
What a hesitation, blow-by dribble that was. Caught him sleeping. This game, it's 10-3. Ripon comes in with the conference record, tied for first with Cornell. Lake Forest 8, like I said, in pregame, 8-6. This is a game that Lake Forest really needs if they want to be relevant in that, making that post-tournament.
30-second timeout taken by Lake Forest. Currently 20-19, Foresters leading the Redhawks. DeValk has got 6, I think. So does Steffes for the Redhawks. Espinosa's got 6, so is Roser for the Foresters.
So Ripon will game tonight with Lake Forest. Then they'll have Monmouth here Friday night. We will not be carrying either of those games. And then they finish up the season at Knox. Lake Forest, only after tonight's game, only has 1 left.
Right. There will be a broadcast on Friday night. We're just not on that one. So we've got the high school across the street, but there's going to be a broadcast team doing that game on Friday night here. So the Hanson brothers.
Doing which one?
The college games on Friday night here.
Okay.
Spin move, turnaround, shot on the way. Opolczynski, no good. DeValk will come back in. Left side, Steffes, I should say. That's not Steffes. That's Jack Brady who checked in. Mahone back to Brady. Good motion there. Basket up and good. Meinholz checking in as well for Ripon.
Steffes is on an offensive roll here.
21-20, Redhawks leading, 10-15 remaining. Shot for 3 is no good off the rim. Roser gets it. He'll fight his way through. Kick back out, picked off. Reload on the top will go to Espinosa.
Nice defense by Steffes.
Baseline on the run. Espinosa bounce pass. Opolczynski good for 2.
Beautiful execution by Espinosa, going baseline, drawing that defense and dropping it off to his teammate.
Mahone on the right edge, I should say left edge. Now we'll work to the right edge. Brady with it. Brady drives down low. Will fire back. Meinholz back out to Steffes, wide open for the 3, no good. And the reload comes back out top. Mahone to the right side edge. 3-pointer is no good. Rebound, Roser will throw ahead. Here come the Foresters. 1-point lead for them now. Foster with the basketball. Hands off to Espinosa. Espinosa. Back to Roser, who will back it down, and there's picked off. Steffes will run it out, gather the control, put it up and get blocked from the side, gets himself the rebound, throws back out, shot on the way, Brady for 3, good.
Gorgeous. How quick is Steffes to get lunched like that, get blocked and cleanly get it back.
Foster will drive to the right side and fire back to Espinosa. Top of the key action for Sean, feet underneath. Opolczynski's gonna get basket, no, but he'll get fouled.
He is absolutely deadly, and he's got eyes at 360 degrees on his head, evidently, because that was some beautiful passing.
Opolczynski will fire the free throws for the Foresters, and that foul will be on Ripon. 34, Meinholz.
Don't look now, but this is the deepest bench literally I've seen on Ripon. If there's a fire drill, heaven forbid, there's going to be a pileup along the baseline.
Right. Roser's checking out because maybe some blood, it looks like. Now they'll get somebody in.
So he's got Mahone, Brady,
They have
Volk, Steffes, and then the freshman.
So they're attending to Roser. And we're going to let a player come in, or are we just going to stand her up? Okay, they'll let them check in.
Tackmeyer's going to come in. Yeah. Boys,
that seemed over-exaggerated.
Man, I know one thing, I would have had half a Cousins sub done by now if I had been fortunate to have one in my possession.
Opolchensky free throw, no good. Next one on the way, coming from Val. And now Jorgensen will come back in. (24-22) Redhawks lead. Good free throw that time from Val.
This is a young officiating crew, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I recognize him.
Tackmeyer running the point. Loses the ball. Espinosa picks him off. He'll go through the lane, left-handed, I should say right-handed lean, and puts it up good for two.
Beautiful scoop.
8:12 remaining. Tackmeyer back to DeValk. DeValk will try to get some separation. Fires to the edge, shot for three. Brady good.
Wow, boy, and he wanted it too. He kept saying, DeValk, you could read the body language. Get it over here.
Espinosa walking into the forecourt. Shot on the way up and good that time for 34, Sejan.
Yeah, he's the Glenbrook North kid.
Tied at 27, 7:30 remaining. Jorgensen this time. Back to Brady. That one got away from him and picked off almost.
Lake Forest defensively doing a really nice job of extending their defense, putting perimeter pressure on Ripon, not making them get too comfortable on the perimeter at all.
Rocco Rancio with the tip for the Foresters.
DeValk is out.
Tooney back in.
Yeah.
Tackmeyer looks over to Jorgensen, 8 on the shot clock. Drew drive, spin move, puts it up. Free throw line, good.
Smooth. Jorgensen kind of been in a shooting slump over the last number of games, and it'd be good to see him get out of that now.
Yeah, he missed a couple of games, and ever since it's just been a little bit
different.
Trying to get back on that. Foresters will push it down low. Decide to back it out. Foster on the reload. He'll come up. Nice little shot. Not there, though.
No, too hard off that glass.
Yeah. Tackmeyer this time says, I'll work around you. Spin it, put it up, get blocked.
Yeah, got to anticipate that weak side help.
Espinosa, he'll go all the way, dish it out to the next. Good ball movement. Three-pointer on the way, up and good.
Both teams shooting the deep ones well.
Three-point basket made by the Foresters, and a timeout taken by head coach Ryan Kane. 29-30, Redhawks trail by 1 here on your Midwest Conference scoreboard.
Lake Forest looking like a nice, well-oiled machine on both ends of the court. Hard to believe that they have a half dozen conference losses from what I've seen so far.
So the women's game coming up after tonight. It's men's game. And the women go back-to-back. They go to Lawrence tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's a makeup game. They wanted to play Sunday, and they had some illness on their end of it, the Vikings. And so the men did play. Went in there and took care of business rather abruptly. Galati had a coming-out party. Scored about, I'm conflating that game with the at Cornell. Galati had 15 in the first half at Cornell. What he did have a personal best of at Lawrence was 5 assists. So he's got his hands full right now with the freshman Knight out of Chicago, his same city as he's from.
So back to live action here on this Wednesday. Glad to have you along.
Other games tonight in the conference, Monmouth and Cornell are teeing it up, as is Grinnell and Beloit, Illinois College and Knox as well. All those schools, for the most part, are all fighting for the postseason tournament.
Back to action we go. Ripon with the basketball. Here comes Galati into the forecourt. Starting 5 back out on the court for the Redhawks. Tooney will hand off to Steffes. He'll go base. I was reading the numbers on Steffes, averaging 34 minutes per ball game, I think is what I saw on there. So
yeah,
he's got some time.
I believe that.
Shot on the way is up and good this time for the Foresters.
Gorgeous fast break.
Segan with it. And Galati back to the edge and over to Tooney. Foresters showing pesky right now.
Yeah, they are.
Muscle up, blocked by Tooney. I should say Tooney blocked and blocked again.
The second time, not used to seeing that.
DeValk, he'll go up, throw back out, 7 on the shot clock. 3 on that, he'll get some contact, he'll put a shoulder in, left hand and good. Coach is gonna come up to complain, but I don't think he's got much to complain about because they're swinging each way.
Yeah, they are. This game is being allowed to be played, to put it simply.
Knights will work this one around. Back up to the middle they'll go. Roser over to the edge, shot on the way from Espinosa, no good, rebounded out. And that ball is going to go out of bounds and belong to Ripon. (32-31) Foresters with the lead here, just under 5 minutes to go.
Coach Kane telling the ref right now, tell that you can't let the defender get both hands on my guy. Look at the hand checks.
Tooney inside to DeValk, he missed it.
Well,
Espinosa will drive. He'll go to the end of the coast, put it up and good.
He got that move with the left hand down. Looks like he's going to be too far away from the rim to release that scoop shot. Yeah.
And now we'll get a foul called.
Took a facial to get the call.
That's going to be on Knight, his second personal. And the second team foul for the Foresters. And the inbounds will go to Galati.
Watch for the high ball screens by DeValk.
Galati will go. Pull back on the 3. Good.
I think Galati gets fired up when he feels he's not being
Don't forget about me,
treated
right?
fairly. Yeah.
Redhawks standing, getting some encouragement from the crowd. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Roser will come in and they're gonna call DeValk on the trip, and there wasn't, I think, any malice involved in that. That was just contact happens. But
yeah, you got to bail out.
What happens? Sometimes it goes, man.
Yep, that's right.
Here will come the inbounds, Espinosa.
I like that. Ripon zones the basket, not the inbounder.
Shot on the way, Roser, good. No. Rebound out. Tooney will pull and ahead to Galati.
He wants to push. He's got no help.
Yeah. Volk puts up the shot, no good, couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, just overlaid it.
Foresters will work around the edge. Roser inside will back it out. Foster. Under 10 on the shot clock. Shot on the way, season no good. Rebounded out by DeValk. Galati will push.
Yeah, Steffes was outsized there, but still made a good defensive move on the ball.
Steffes this time will come up, back it out to Tooney, and around the perimeter of the work, Jorgensen had a little bit of a freeway clear.
Wow.
Shot on the way, Galati for 3, that won't go. Rebound pulls Foster. Quick push, but picked off. Steffes with a big Euro step gets blocked by Roser. Espinosa this time. Thankfully the camera can catch it. I can't call it that quick. Espinosa wide open. They forgot about him there. I missed it. Too wide open, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes those are the toughest, right, when you're the orphan.
Tied at 34 with 2:23 remaining here in the first half. Jorgensen.
Look how far out that Lake Forest defense is picking up.
Right. Behind the three-point line. They got no issues with that. Here's Galati, 3. That won't go.
Nobody has scored in about 2 days now. It's been tied at 34 for a bit.
Espinosa will bring it down. Quick fire to the right side. Shot on the way is up. No good. Tooney will clear it. Minute 45. Tooney looking for the edge. Hands off to Jorgensen. 90 seconds remaining. Steffes. Man, that one don't go either. Release was good. Everything about it was pretty perfect.
Yeah, everyone's settling for jump shots. They're not going.
Which is surprising, given up how much real estate they'll let play underneath the basket.
They're extending their defense.
Right.
That's right. You think you should be able to get to that rim.
Foresters will work it in. Roser, good for 2.
There's that mid-range jumper that him and 2 of his other teammates seem to have a patent on.
36-34, under 50 seconds to go here in the first half. Quick feed, DeValk will wait, get picked. Ball out of bounds off of DeValk, and Lake Forest basketball.
Yeah, I think DeValk was complaining he got hammered probably across the forearms. And then it did probably most likely go off of him, huh?
Looks like it did. Opolczynski back in for the Foresters with 39 seconds remaining in the first half. Foresters will work down. Roser backs out. 25 on the clock. About a 12-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Espinosa will throw back out. Deep 3 this time. That one won't go. Rebound pulled from Roser. Shot clock could be off, and it is. 9.5 seconds remaining. One last drive. Espinosa. 4 on the break. Doesn't matter. Meinholz's got a hand on it, and that one's going to go into the forecourt, and they're going to call it off. They will.
What a defensive effort by Meinholz. You pick Espinosa's pocket, and you're doing something really, really good.
36-34. Thoughts on the first half there, Marty?
I'll tell you, I didn't know what to expect from Lake Forest. I'm impressed on both ends. Athleticism, quick. You got 4 guys that can shoot the pill really nice. They run the fast break well. I don't see a lot of weakness on that team.
No, not at all. Played a pretty solid game here so far. 36-34. We'll come back in just a little bit. If you only knew what went on behind the curtain to get this first half of basketball on the airway for you, you would be surprised.
Oh man, I don't know. Yeah,
we got her done, no doubt about it.
All I knew is when I walked in, I just kept my mouth shut.
Back in just a little bit, Ripon College Redhawk basketball on Midwest Conference Television.
Welcome back. It's halftime here at the Doc Weisky Gymnasium on the grounds of Ripon College. It's halftime. It's 36-34 in the men's game. The Foresters of Illinois and Lake Forest College leading the host team, the Redhawks of Ripon College. Halftime stats. It's, well, no surprise here for the Lake Foresters. Sean Espinosa is doing everything. He's 5 of 9 for 10 points from the floor, but he also leads in the game with 4 assists, throw in a steal, and guess what? He played all 20 minutes. Johnny Rozier is 4 of 6 for 8 points, second in the point column for the Foresters. Frank Seachin is 6, 3 for 4 from the floor, and then Val I'm going to get this right. Okay, Val, you ready? Val Opolczynski, and yeah, we'll work on that.
I'm proud of you, Marty. Proud of you.
And he's got 7. But what's impressive to me also about the Foresters, they're leading in assists in the game. They have more steals than Ripon, and they have fewer turnovers than Ripon. They're shooting 55% from the floor. What's the saving grace for Ripon, because they're only shooting 44% from the floor, is from the three-point line. They're 4 of 11 for 36%. Compared to the 17% for Lake Forest, and that's the difference really in the scoring area. And rebounding, what I like about Ripon is on rebounds, they got 18 compared to 15 for Lake Forest, but 7 of those for the Redhawks are of the offensive variety. That's a good sign. Ryan Steffes leading Ripon 4 of 11 from the floor for 8 points. Also with 8 is David Duvall, 4 for 6. He's got off to a quick start down on the block, and then they kind of went away from it for a while. They're going to have to get back into it. Jack Brady came off the bench, 2 for 2 for 6 points for the Redhawks. And then 5 points for Dominic Galati, 2 of 5, and 1 of 3 from the three-point line.
That's your halftime statistics, and we get set to tip off the second half here. In just a matter of moments. Foresters lead 36-34. Glad to have you along. Ripon College Redhawk basketball versus Lake Forest on Midwest Conference Television. Ripon will be on defense as Espinosa will inbounds at the midcourt line.
Yeah, what a battle. These two guards, Steffes on Espinosa, Galati on Knight, the freshman out of Chicago. What a battle for both of those guards.
Knight will go to the right side of the lane, throw back out. Segan.
Oh, that was a set play too.
Espinosa will fire to the left side. Here comes Roser again. He'll put up the shot, blocked, no good, rebounded out by DeVault.
Great job by Steffes to get off of his man and help Tooney and get that block.
Galati will find Jorgensen now to Tooney. They'll reset at the top. And Steffes will look to drive, find Galati at the top of the key. Steffes has got under 10 on the shot clock. Spin move through the lane. Muscle up, work around, fire back out. Jorgensen with 4. He'll have to take it in, puts up the shot, and will get fouled.
What's interesting about, in my opinion, is that when the whistle is blown, a lot of times it seems it's kind of a late whistle. I'm not sure what that implies or anything. It's just an observation.
Jorgensen will go to the free throw line. And Ripon didn't take many tosses during the first half at all.
You know, they took none. In fact, that's the other stat. They never went to the line in the first half for Ripon. And the visitors, they ended up being 1 for 2 themselves.
All right. Free throw is good. Tied at 36.
That's a good way to get me out on that stat that I missed. Chase. That's a good job.
Well, it was abnormal, right? You don't see that a whole lot.
Good point. 2 free throws were attempted by one team in the entire first 20 minutes.
Right. I did a game here a few weeks ago, a women's game, and there were 46 fouls and 56 free throws in that game. So when you get 3 and none, you get a little bit concerned.
Steffes misses on a fade, but he had a hand in his face. Missed it.
Espinosa at the top of the key will work to the edge off the screen, take it baseline, nice little mid. Good shot from 12 feet.
You get the impression Espinosa has only missed about 4 baskets all season, the way he is so calm and cool, collected.
Handles it well.
Yeah.
Galati across the timeline, goes to the right side. Throw back out to DeVault, he'll hand it off to Drew. Jorgensen this time comes through the lane, there's the mid. That won't go, rebounded out.
Boy, you couldn't ask better situation on that.
Double dribble on that as Espinosa switched hands.
He's kind of walking around a little bewildered, like, what, me, turnover? That hasn't happened since 8th grade.
I did what? Knight will closely guard Galati and get him. Ball on the ground. Galati will hand it back, and nope, back into the hands. Here comes Roser. There'll be a foul. Tooney got his foot in there.
Wow. And that just shows you how defensively that battle between Knight and Galati has been. Knight, an outstanding defender, a physical defender.
Espinosa will inbounds on the baseline. North end of the gymnasium. Here comes the inbounds. Segan up good. Galati this time. A little bit of sag pressure off.
Look how they, once again, the defense for Lake Forest extending well up beyond the three-point line.
Three-pointer on the way is up and no good. Rebound, Roser. Now we'll have a foul called against Galati, I believe.
Yep.
So that'll be his first personal.
Yeah.
And the inbounds, Roser.
Kind of rubbing that right wrist too, Galati.
Yeah. Espinosa at the top of the key, works to the edge. Blows by the corner. Has control, comes to the lane. Good ball movement by the Foresters and a charge.
Doing his Davison act with the Badgers, Galati. He's gotten 2 of those out of night. That's his 3rd early in the second half.
And the inbounds goes to Jorgensen. Drew will hand off to Dom. And back to Drew. Finally, they got one underneath, basket up, and no good.
No, that's what the intimidation factor will do to you.
Corner, three-pointer, good.
Pretty. They're able, in their transition, Lake Forest, they're able to hit their shooters, right in stride. Perfect.
Largest lead of the game so far for either team. Galati puts on the brakes, backs it out to the Vault. 43-36 Redhawks. The Vault lost it. Got tied up and ball off of Ripon. Mahone will come in. And Meinholz will come in for the Redhawks. And Lake Forest will bring in Andre Bennett.
So that's the part of the game that's impressed me is Lake Forest defense, half-court defense, and then their transition.
Around the edge, they'll continue to work. Roser on the mid-range again. That won't go this time. Mahone on the rebound. Ripon will run it out. Shake move through the lane, shot up and good.
That is playground right there, and it was beautiful. It was fun to watch. That is impressive. You're going away right to left from the rim.
I've seen you use that move in noon ball here before, Marty.
No, but they don't allow the trampolines out here anymore.
Roser will feed it underneath, picked off by Meinholz. Ripon's got a chance to get within 2.
Great hustle play by the freshman.
Mahone for a 3 on the launch. That won't go. Rebound comes through.
No, a little quick on the 3 there.
Back on defense for the Hawks. Espinosa. Did he sit first half? I don't think so.
No, he played all 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that Sindel shake and bake Lawrence moves.
Bennett on the right edge working against Meinholz. Espinosa will come through and they tied him up. Roser tried to put it up off the edge and a shot clock violation.
Gave him a piece of their own medicine there on the defense. Good job by Ripon. Wanted the foul called against Espinosa when he went airborne and got challenged on the shot.
Rocco Ronzio back in for the Foresters. Tooney back in for the Redhawks. And Galati will work against Bennett this time, quickly across the timeline. Steffes looks it over. Surveys, brings it down inside. Shot on the way and one.
Wow. I'm going to have to do some research, my friend, but I'm looking at the assistant coaches for Lake Forest.
Yeah.
And the last name, Dave Weber. Well, there's a Weber that was the coach at Wapaka High School boys for many years. And then there's Bruce Weber that was the Illinois coach and then went to, I believe he's at Kansas State.
Right.
I believe that's his brother because I think Dave Weber is a legend and coached at Glenbrook North. And the player Sejan is from there.
Okay.
If not, it's pretty darn coincidental.
All right. Purely speculation, but who knows?
Indeed.
Shot on the way.
Yes.
Up and no good from Steffes, but Ripon with the rebound. Meinholz will go up, jump back over to Mahone. Chance for tie. That won't go. Rebounded out. Tooney comes away with it. He'll lay it up right-handed good.
Soft hands, Butter. And look at that.
Timeout taken by Lake Forest. Full timeout.
It's a game of runs, right?
Yep.
And right now it's in favor of the host team, Redhawks.
The momentum has swung just a little bit.
So they'll be playing Monmouth Friday night. The men and women will here. And then they'll finish up on Saturday at Knox. Ripon tied with Cornell Rams, both teams at 10-3. Cornell is playing Monmouth tonight. Uncharacteristically, Monmouth Fighting Scots men's team on a very off year for them in terms of the wins and the losses. And then Grinnell, here's another story in the conference. The men start the season in conference 0-4. They have not lost since then. They're getting it on with the Buccaneers of Beloit tonight. And I dare say, even though they're at Beloit, they're going to be on a 9-game conference win streak when this evening is over. I'll be surprised to learn otherwise. The other teams fighting for that postseason spot, the top 4 teams of the Midwest Conference, are Illinois College with their 7-5 record. They're at home tonight with the Prairie Fire of Knox. And then Lake Forest, of course, is in that 5th spot, trying to get into that 4th spot, and they could do it tonight with a win. They could end up being tied with Illinois College. So a lot of excitement this time of year, and the Midwest Conference is no exception.
43-42, 14:28 remaining. Espinoza will go to the edge, look to Foster, find Roser.
High post.
Throw back out to Espinoza.
Got that switch.
Roser this time lays it up and good.
Great job on the ball screen. They switched over. Tooney had to kick out to Espinoza, and then you got it. The big guy for them, all alone.
Galati will look to the left edge. Mahone from Steffes back to Tooney between the circles. Redhawks trail by 3. Steffes will get a little bit of some contact and will get fouled.
Yeah. Normally you keep those arms up in the air and then you use your body. That was just too much of a pulling guard sort of contact.
Galati will get it into Steffes, now over to Tooney. Tooney will work through, put up the shot, no good, rebounded out. Now the other way they'll go. Quick dish from Espinoza to the edge, back to the middle. Opolczynski, shot for 3. Zach Foster, good.
Good help by Steffes, but they gambled, and you saw the result with the open 3. Just like that. 6-point game.
Right. Meinholz, the freshman, will go to the right side. Scoop through, put up a shot.
Boy, what a beautiful addition Meinholz has been. The kid from Oconomowoc played his high school ball at Marquette University High School. What an addition he has been to Coach Kane's team this year. Coming off that, he's getting more and more minutes of floor time because he can do pretty much everything. I mean, he can handle the ball. He can great outlet passer. We saw what he can do defensively when you can pick the pocket of the caliber players like Espinoza that plays the point guard.
Meinholz getting just about 15 minutes per ball game. That shot is on the wing.
Yeah.
No good.
And when you play the way defensively that he does, and you're athletic the way he is and can score, you're going to get those minutes. Galati wasn't starting early in the year. He has since mid-season, it seems, and him taking over the point guard position, it just gives more options when Steffes is out there.
Free throw is good this time for Meinholz to make it 48-43. 5-point lead before we came on for the second half. You said this is a must-win for the Redhawks.
I think so. If must win in terms of if they want to have the opportunity to host the postseason tournament.
Espinosa's at the top of the key. He'll look to the edge, down inside. Opolczynski will fight back out.
Ripon working hard on D.
Espinoza, 2-pointer. That's good.
Yeah, what are you going to do with that guy one-on-one, huh?
Right.
He just undressed you. Down by 7 again.
Galati will bring it into the forecourt. He's got some help finding DeVolk. Work his way through, puts it up off the glass. Good.
Yeah, just know what you're going to do when he goes up. Sometimes he gets caught thinking, am I going to try to flush it or use the glass?
First points of the second half for David DeVolk. Redhawks within 5. Roser will back it out. 3 on the way. Good.
Boy, when the threes are falling, I'll tell you, that's when the team can beat, anybody can beat anybody, and that's what's happening right now for Lake Forest.
Rocco Ronzio with the basket. 8-point lead, biggest lead of the ball game now for the Foresters. Galati back to Mahone. Mahone will come through, jump stop, put it up, nice control, basket good.
What an adjustment to go up with the left foot so he doesn't come down on the defender. It was like hopscotch on that right foot.
Timeout taken by the Redhawks. Ryan Kane, 53-47.
Women will be playing, taking the floor here afterwards. As I talked to you about the Monmouth men having an uncharacteristically down year, I would make that same comment relative to the Lake Forest Ladies Ball Club, a team that is very competitive, it seems, almost year to year. They're down this year. Having said that, Ripon is 11-1 in conference. Their only blemish I talked about in pregame is to the Pioneers of Grinnell. And then they're on a 4-game win streak since then. Once again, I talked about the men, very impressive on the road against Cornell. And the women did the same thing on the road with wins against Monmouth and Cornell. And so, they got 4 games remaining starting tonight, the Lady Redhawks. And if they can take care of business as they should tonight, they're only going to need to win, if my math is correct. And Jim Watson, if you're listening or watching, my apologies, my geometry algebra teacher, the longest 55 minutes of my life every day in 9th and 10th grade. And they only need to win 2 of those 4. That doesn't mean you don't want to win out, of course you do. But they would be hosting, and that would be unprecedented because Ripon ladies have won, Buzalaki's ladies have won the last 3 Midwest Conference and have hosted. So that would be quite the feat. Her in her 9th year, Coach Kane in his 10th.
53-47, the Foresters lead the Redhawks. 11:35 left in this ball game. Espinoza working against Meinholz. At the top of the key, get the quick step around, but good defense by Meinholz.
Great defense by the freshman.
Roser will back in, and they'll call the charge.
They've been very consistent. What they're doing, the Ripon players defensively very smart. When they're up on the ball, they're keeping the hands off. They're trying to wall up. They're trying to go vertical. And if it's too much initiation by the offensive player, we've seen what they called 3 times on offensive charges tonight.
Mahone will work it to the left edge. Around the edge, back to Jalen. He'll come through, spin move, a little off kilter, puts up the shot, missed it.
Yeah, he's fading out of that shot.
This time the wraparound. Foster with the catch from Ronzio. Rockel down to Opolczynski. Turnaround. That's too hard off the glass. Meinholz with the clear out.
Ripon has cranked up their defense coming off of that timeout. And look at the switch they've done with Steffes and Meinholz on who they're guarding.
Steffes this time working against Espinoza. Throw back out to Mahone. DeVolk's got some clearing. And he'll get called.
Going to call that on the floor?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and that's the key. That's the 7th team foul, I believe. And if there's a time in a hotly contested game like this, if you're the Redhawks, you're going to want to be good. In fact, this would be their first free throw of the game, or non-shooting free throw of the game.
Right. Here is the free throw on the way from DeVolk. It's up and good. 48-53, 10:25 remaining. Second one is good from DeVolk. So Jorgensen will check out. Galati will come back in. And Ripon back on defense. Here comes Espinosa. Shot on the wind. Segan is up. Good, no good.
Meinholz can jump, but Mahone wanted it.
Here comes DeVolk. He'll work his way in and put it up for 2. Redhawks within 2.
You got to keep going to the well, don't you? If you're Ripon with DeVolk.
Redhawk bench gets up. Now the officials say, hey, sit down. Espinosa will come at the free throw line. Back out of traffic. Now come through, lose the ball, tipped it, and off of Lake Forest and Ripon basketball.
He just lost the handle on it. When you have as much ability and a resume and pride as Espinosa and you turn it over, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah. 53-51. I want to give credit to the coaches at Lake Forest. They are active.
They're intense.
Yeah.
I relate to that. They are intense. I'll tell you right now, if Lucky Wirtz was here, he would be like, yeah, those are my guys.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Super intense about it all. And
you are who you are. You know, that's your personality, and the players will respond to that. And they definitely know that their head coach and assistants are in the trenches with them.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is Marty's able to peel it back a little bit for the broadcast.
I am. I don't drink any Mountain Dews 48 hours prior to any broadcast.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Thank you. It took me about 12 years to figure that out, though. So it was pretty rough sledding for the last 12.
Meinholz will do the inbounds. He's out there with Steffes, Galati, DeVolk.
This is a nice combination, I think, for Coach Kane.
Jalen Mahone out there as well. DeVolk will look to the edge. Find Mahone behind the three-point arc. They'll play catch inside. Well, that's an adjustment they've made, right?
Yeah.
Here's the shot on the way, put up no good.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They said, you know, we're going to make DeVolk pass out of it.
Right. You could plant a corner in the way they were guarding that the zone before. Knight this time will hand back out. Rocco Ronzio. Under 10 seconds for Knight.
Tough move.
Yeah, and went into 3 defenders, and now Steffes is going to run. He'll wait for the jump, put up the shot, good.
Oh my.
Tied at 53 with 8:45 remaining.
Woo. Put on your seat belts, tighten them up, make sure you got the airbag going.
Redhawks down by 8 at one point, tie this one up. Roser this time, no shot, and foul on the ground.
Yeah. Meinholz needs pockets if he's going to D up on him, the kid from Libertyville. He needs put some sand and some horseshoes, get some weight. Not that he's a light, because Meinholz isn't. He's a muscular player as well. Yeah, it looks like they're going, Coach Kane's going to be looking for some artillery, field artillery from downtown with
Jack Brady coming in. This time shot is up from Segan and good.
Segan's a nice player, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's getting, DeVolk's having his way with him, but now he's going to get help on DeVolk down low, it appears.
Meinholz will walk it across. Back to Galati in the handoff. Around the edge, they'll work. Meinholz take the attack, working against Rozier. Will spin back out. Here comes Brady. He's got 5. Here's the shot from Meinholz. That won't go. Tipped around and back into the Redhawks' hand. Steffes down to Tooney. Tooney will go baseline, spin, kick back out. 3 on the way. That'll miss off the rim. No good.
You got what you wanted. It's all you can ask for if you're the coach.
55, 53, 7:40 remaining here in the ball game. 3 on the way. Good for Ronzio. Five-point lead for the Foresters. Galati will lean one in. That won't go. They got numbers.
Down by 5.
Ronzio again, another three. In and out. Tooney on the pole. Galati will come the other way with it. Tooney, three left, good.
Big fella hasn't hunted that three, basically because Lake Forest perimeter defense hasn't allowed him. What a time to get his first.
As a guy who's been calling games for Owen Tooney for about 8 years now, that three has always been there.
Oh yeah.
Basket up and good. A Waupun native.
I remember him when they won state his sophomore year.
Yeah. Meinholz. Brady tried to get one inside there to Steffes, a little too tall.
Yeah, too cute.
Ronzio, another three, that'll twine.
Boy, you look at that turnover by Ripon and then the transition into a three, that's a 5-point swing.
7-point lead now for Lake Forest. And Coach Ryan Kane's gonna want to take a timeout.
Yeah, and Brady knew as soon as he did it, like, well, maybe if it was DeVolka was lobbing it too. Maybe, yeah.
Well, we got a heck of a chess match going on here today, folks, because this one is, they are matching each other very well.
You know, both teams in their half-court offense, they play the same style. They'll go with a high post, a lot of ball screens, which really seems to be the flavor of the generation now, the ball screen. In the old days, you always screened away. It was like screen away, screen away. Now it's all ball screens, and they try to create mismatches and pick and rolls off the ball screen. It seems simple, but to execute it with any type of continuity and consistency, it requires a lot
the
more.
Intricacies of that are a little bit more severe, right? So
yeah, and your picker now your picker can, you can just step out. Everybody oftentimes forgets about the guy setting the screen.
Right.
Now if you come back to him and he's all by himself if he can drop that 15, 16 footer. So like I said, very surprised. You come in with a record just 2 games above 500 in conference, which is what Lake Forest is. And I'm going like, what? And I kind of did look at it today when I was looking at stuff prior to coming down here. They have had some very narrow losses in terms of nail biters that they've come
not a lot of blowouts
on the short end. Yeah.
All right, so 6:13 remaining, 63-56. Lake Forest leading Ripon.
Isn't this fun?
It's a great game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And just be able to do this, and yeah, it's fun.
Galati. Well, this is our last hurrah for us tonight, right?
Yeah,
so,
you for sure.
Yeah.
Let's hope that we'll be doing some Midwest Conference post-tournament season games here. You have to win the regular season to host, so let's hope that's the case. You're going on assignment, I think, post-Olympics. You're going to be out there doing investigative reporting.
Sure, yeah, why not?
Actually, I think Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, 63-56. Right side shot on the way, put up is no good, rebounded out, and a foul called against Roser.
Great job. Great job, Meinholz. Really nice. It's easy to say to box out. It's another to do it. And now when you're trailing with less than 6 minutes by 7, this is when we talked about it earlier. This is when you get to the line finally. Got to make some hay.
The end one now for Meinholz. That one is good.
So listening to our boss here, Executive Director Riley Eisnagel, sounds like Ripon's going to be working on a retractable roof for all of downtown Main Street. That's going to be quite the fundraiser.
You keep spreading those rumors, Marty, all you want.
Here we go. Made them both.
63-58, 5-point lead for the Foresters, 5:35. Defense is going to step up for the Redhawks. And Lake Forest hasn't missed many here in the second half, to be honest with you.
And that guy with the ball, Espinoza, is something else.
At quiet 14 tonight. Roser goes up and will get blocked, ball out of bounds off of Steffes.
Talk about D'ing up. That's why Coach Kane will tell you, and he said it multiple times, pound for pound, he's the best defender. Ryan Steffes, he's coached in his 10 years.
Espinosa gets that one picked from DeValk. DeValk with 14. Here comes the run. A little bit too fast. Steffes couldn't catch up on it.
Oh. The valued possession lost after the theft.
Knight will get it down to Roser. Fun kid to watch play, man.
Yeah.
Around the edge, they'll work.
See how they got mine holes on Espinosa, and they got Steffes on the big guy.
4 on the shot clock. Up, no good. Basket, no good. Foul will be good.
They're going to say he went under him, I think, and I think it's the right call. I think he brushed into the midsection on the release of the ball. Galati.
So 2 free throws on the way for the Foresters. Just the Redhawks' 4th foul here in the second half. That one is up. That will miss.
Boy, Lynn Krause was just praying it would hit that retraction cable for his oratory.
Second one on the way. Good for Knight. Yeah, you look at this Lake Forest record, and then you see how they're playing tonight and the players that they've got, man, it's...
Yeah,
It, on paper, it just doesn't match up, right?
What a talent level.
Give him credit.
Double.
Good move, back out, Mahone. Coach is looking for 3 seconds. They probably had a valid concern on that.
Yeah, that's a call you just don't really see called anymore. You know, the sport at this level, they're just not calling it. Big Ten too. You watch Division I college, you just don't see that call as we get a whistle here on the foul against Ripon non-shooting. Yeah, I guess it's got to be really. I mean, you got to pitch that pup tent and put a folding chair out.
Start a campfire, right?
Yeah.
Here comes the inbound Espinosa. Nice feed inside. Going up with it. Ronzio no good. Rebound out of there by DeValk.
Little return of the favor earlier when Jorgensen was in the tall trees. Had what you thought was a bunny.
Galati 3, that'll go.
He's one of 4 siblings down in Chicago. Big time shot in a big moment.
Within 3, 3:45 remaining. Roser, foot on the line, yep.
And there's that mine hole's toughness. Boy, him and Steffes going back and forth when they're guarding Roser and Espinosa.
Now a little token pressure in the backcourt, but they'll get it ahead to mine holes.
Yeah, he made that 3, and now Espinosa's going to say, hey, you're not going to get another look like that, Galati, if I can say anything about it.
Mahone will drive to the left side of the key, lay it up good for 2.
Who do you think he is? Espinosa with that little fade, scoop, finger roll?
Within 1. The Redhawks trail and a timeout.
I just love it. You talk about competitiveness. Galati knew that the coach had called tonight, get over the line and call a timeout. And Galati wasn't going to even let him get the timeout if he could have anything to do with it, make him work for the timeout.
I think they call that good moxie, right? Good moxie.
Yeah, absolutely. That's those are those battles within the battle.
64-63, Redhawks trailing by 1 here. Looking for a victory tonight. A potential chance to host the Midwest Conference tournament. They need some help from a few other teams.
Yeah, with their 10-3 record, they're pretty much a shoe-in to make the tournament. Lake Forest, it's because of the COVID postponed games and having to get all those games in. It's really interesting how you got teams like Cornell and Grinnell and Illinois College have to play 4 games yet. Ripon has to play 3, and Lake Forest after tonight only has to play 1.
Yeah.
And then you're going to see the same thing with the women's teams. Ripon has to play 4. They got to do the makeup when Lawrence had to postpone. So they'll be playing 4 games, the Ripon women, in the next 5 days, starting tonight. Illinois College also playing 4 games. And then you're going to have Knox College, who's in 3rd place, by the way, the women, with only, after tonight, 1 game to go. And that'll be with Ripon this Saturday.
Right.
So it's really...
Well, do you like the fact that you got a back-to-back series as you come into the Midwest Conference tournament where you need to go back-to-back?
boy, I don't know because I'm not there. I'm not in that environment. I don't know how they feel about it. I think it depends on the opponent.
Right. Comes the inbound, so toss it into the backcourt. Espinoza will walk it into the forecourt. Meinholz, or I should say Steffes, will come out on defense. Segan at the free throw line, put up the shot. Good,
well,
man.
Look at that.
He recollected himself after he lost it and buried it.
Very impressive. A lot of players are just going to look to pass out of it because they lost their rhythm.
DeValk and the Redhawks set. You want the ball in the guy who's holding it right now, his hand, but Meinholz not bad either. Gets it to go.
Nah, he got that little pull-up 15-footer. Nice. And good job by Steffes understanding that he was being double-teamed.
66-65, 2:35 remaining here. Back out Espinoza, working against Steffes. Whew. 10 on the shot clock. Ronzio, he buried a couple of threes.
Yeah, and he's got Meinholz in his face.
Roser will go baseline with it, fight through, lay it up, no good. Tipped out of there, and what do we got, foul?
Okay, I think what they're doing is just taking an official timeout to make sure that Mahone is okay. I don't think they're. Oh, wait a minute. Let's wait and see what's being called here.
It's going to be on Jalen Mahone.
Okay. That's it. You're the guy on the floor, and you're the guilty party.
Yeah.
It happens.
Espinoza will do the inbounds, 20 seconds on the shot clock on the reload. Mahone got a hand on it, ticked it out of there.
Great denial by the Redhawks on the inbound. Nowhere to go.
Galati, a little bit slower step, bringing it into the forecourt this time.
Come to the ball.
Mahone. He'll look to go baseline, run out of real estate. Shot it again over the top. Good.
You know, when he's doing that, he looks like he's looking somewhere to pass to, but what he's doing is gathering himself for that jump shot. Yeah, he'd be a very sneaky noon baller, I'll tell you that right now.
67-66, 97 seconds left.
This is when the best take over.
Espinoza will come through, blocked this time. Meinholz with a clear, he'll swing elbows.
And what a weak side rotation help. The Hulk is what Lynn Krause calls him, DeValk, on that rejection.
DeValk with 14 in the ball game. Steffes with 9. Mahone with 11.
And he had a quiet first half, Mahone.
Right.
Yeah, he's gotten most of those all. In fact, I can tell you right now that Mahone had 3.
Okay.
He hit that 3 down here in the first half, so that's what he's been doing. You know, I've talked about it several times here, where the entire package of what Lake Forest brings to the basketball court is rather impressive. The complete game, if you will. Their defense, I have not seen a defensive unit in this Doc Weisky Memorial Gymnasium this year give Ripon so much trouble,
Agreed.
if you will, in the half-court offense, and pushing them out and doubling down low and making some good players for Ripon struggle at times. Well, Ripon just returned the favor in the last 3 possessions by Lake Forest.
DeValk gets the inbound from Galati. He'll work it into the paint, puts up the shot high off the glass there to clear it out. Steffes, ball off of him, off of the defender, I should say.
Meinholz rotated
it
over and knocked it off of 34 off Sejan. Wow, what hustle.
Tooney will come back in. DeValk will sit. 67-66, Ripon.
2 on the block, 2 on the elbow.
Yep.
On the inbounds. And they zone the basket too. They don't guard the inbounder.
Meinholz got it left side of the paint. Back out to Mahone. Mahone, basket up and good, and one.
And the reason why Mahone had that lane line drive was he had to step out on that jump shot. And he did that blow by. You know, we talk about Espinoza. Well, dare I say, number 5 for the Redhawks.
You set it up perfectly. You think Mahone's going to take that jump, and he did.
You got to respect it. You
Right.
got to take a half step away, and he was a hound dog after a fox right there down that lane line.
Chance for the Redhawks to make it a 4-point lead for Mahone. Won't go. Rebound around. Pulled out of there by DeValk. Back out up top, left side.
Try to get that defense to work, overshift, and then attack. Look at him. Look at him. 10 feet above the three-point line.
6 on the shot clock. Here comes Mahone again. He'll step back. That one, good!
Wow. I think he'd be good at the game of horse as well.
Jalen Mahone.
And we've seen him do that. I think he lit Grinnell up for 30.
15 points tonight for the Laconia High School graduates.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know, we've seen, yeah, and in that turnaround that they just did, they did it with less than 4 minutes.
Right.
In fact, they did it with less than 3, actually, I think.
Down by 8, now up by 5.
And they did it on the defensive end. I mean, you're talking about some great intimidation on the shot release by the Foresters down low, some blocked shots by DeVault. I mean, it is truly, when I think of Mahone, I think of Steffes and DeVault attacking the and Meinholz. Their defense on the other end is just as fun as the offense is to watch.
Well, shooters out there as well for Lake Forest. Here comes Espinosa.
It's still a 2-possession game. It's anybody's game.
Espinosa, he'll take one from the mid-range shot. That'll go.
Smooth.
Quick timeout.
Just a 3-point game. Wow. So the women will be back out here, like I said. They're 11-1. They're really in the driver's seat. They got a 2-game lead up on the 9-4 Monmouth girls, ladies. Watching that game at Monmouth with the women, they outscored Monmouth in the first quarter. Yeah, I'm not making this up. So anytime I'm doing something from memory, you might want to pause. 21-5.
Wow.
Against a team that had 9 wins. And it was over after the first quarter.
Right. A good battle here at the Wieski Gymnasium, 71-68. Redhawks lead by 3, under 40 seconds, 38.7 exactly. And the timeout taken by Lake Forest, who pretty much ran down there, put that basket up there, and took the timeout to get back set on defense and set up a few plays.
Yeah, and if that head coach talks as fast as he coaches on the sidelines,
right,
he just put in 6 plays.
Yeah, right.
It talked about what they're going to watch tonight on the bus ride home.
Well, look at this, all 5 in the backcourt. Right?
Yep.
I would assume.
Yep.
Defensively.
So they're setting it up as a 1-2-1-1, a
Yep.
diamond press. Let's see what they do. If they're going to zone it and try to trap the inbounds, or if they're going to go belly, what I call belly button to belly button, just get up on your man. Ripon's ready for it on the press breaker, 4 across.
Galati will get it in, find Jorgensen, back to Galati, ahead to Mahone. Mahone fires away, over to Jorgensen. Nice job of breaking the press.
Yeah, strong with the ball, timeout. Oh, they're going to call the foul. Excuse me. They got, that's right. They got to get a chance. I guess they figure Ripon's going to sit on it with 30 seconds. So they want to get to the bonus situation and get that ball back. This is where, if you're a Lake Forest fan, you're looking for some misses. But here's one of the best free throw shooters, certainly on the Redhawks.
Free throw is up from Jorgensen, and that will go.
He struggled, Jorgensen. He struggled from the floor, like I said, in his first time I've ever seen it in his career here at Ripon, but not from the free throw line.
92% free throw shooter on the year.
Wow. Did not know
Jorgensen.
that. I just knew that he's good.
That one's going to go.
None
Makes
of them
it
were
a 5.
pure, made me nervous.
Exactly. Right.
Thanks a lot, Drew.
Espinosa and the Foresters trailing by 5. That one picked off in there from Steffes.
Well, there's that old expression, if he's not looking at you, you're not getting the ball. If he is looking at you. And Ryan Steffes read that bounce pass by Espinosa. He was so effective with it throughout the entire game, driving, drawn, and dishing. That time Steffes said, fool me 3 times, no way.
Steffes with 9 points tonight. That'll make it 10.
Well, I got news for you. Ripon Redhawks know that they've been in the game tonight. And
I'm probably happy they don't play again tomorrow.
well,
night.
what a game it's going to be Saturday when Grinnell goes into Lake Forest.
Right.
Because Grinnell is still in contention as well.
Shot clock is off, 17 seconds. Espinosa will come down, wrap around, back up top. Shot on the way, Ronzio, no good. Rebounded out. Hustle Meinholz knocks it out of bounds. 9.3.
Earlier in the year, Lake Forest men beat Grinnell at Grinnell, one of those first 4 losses by Grinnell. I mentioned earlier how Grinnell was 0-4 to start the season, hasn't lost a game since.
Comes the three-pointer on the way up, no good. Rebound.
That should
Ripon.
do it.
Ooh. Drew Jorgensen goes down, 3 on the way, is not going to go. And Galati will rip that one out of there. And the Redhawks are going to come away with the victory here this evening. 75-68. What a game.
What a game. And Ripon trailed. Remember, they trailed by a deuce at the half. I really felt that for the most part, they were outplayed in that first half. In 2 of the 3 runs that occurred in that, they were in the favor of the visitors. Lake Forest and Grinnell are going to put on a heck of a game this weekend. Meantime, the Ripon men are going to go to behold Monmouth on Friday night, and they'll finish up the next day at Knox for the regular season. They'll just have to wait and see if they're going to be hosting or where they're going to have to travel to.
Jalen Mahone leading the Redhawks with 15. Ryan Steffes with 14. David DeVolk, 14. 8 points from Dominic Galati, 7 from Owen Tooney, 6 from Jack Brady, and 5 from Luke Meinholz. Drew Jorgensen with 6 as well.
And boy, and you stir in the defense when it mattered, what Ripon was able to do defensively as a team. Very impressive.
Espinosa, 16 points to lead the Foresters.
Yeah.
14 points from Segan, 12 from Ronzio, 10 from Johnny Roser, and 7 from Val Opachinski for the Foresters. Final score once again, Ripon 75, Lake Forest 68. Want to thank our camera operator and producer, Riley Eisnagel, Martin Ernster. I'm Jason Mansworth. Ripon College women's basketball coming away in about 25 minutes here on Midwest Conference Television.